Hey, what's up guys, this is Brad with Display Fitness, and I want to do a quick video, something I thought about doing before and kind of held off on, and I want to talk about the incident that took place in BuzzFit gym in Greenfield Park in Montreal, Canada on August 2nd. So first off, you guys can check out the video, although you've probably seen it, but here it is.
Did you understand what I just said? You're out! He's fucking nuts! Out of fucking mind! You're ego lifting! Get out! Get out! Wait, take my shit! What the fuck is wrong? Take your shit and get out! Get out of my fucking way! Get out! Get out! I'm waiting! Get out!
Alright, so as you can see from the video, the guy that's deadlifting, that guy's name is Charles Lalonde. And he's a client of Pete Rubish, and was going through his deadlifting program. Now, if you didn't notice, there's some mats that are underneath the deadlift, underneath the bar, and so Charles was given kind of a hard time by the members, the staff at BuzzFit, for the deadlifts being too loud. He was asked to place mats underneath the barbell, and he complied. And then later on, was kind of assaulted by this gentleman who seemed to have taken issue with him deadlifting. And all respect out to Charles for handling himself with a bit of class, and not getting worked up and kind of lashing back at this guy. Things could have gone terribly sideways pretty quickly. And looking back at the video, if you happen to notice right here, there were also two other guys that were not too far away from this guy that was doing the assault, who kind of, at least to my mind, appeared to be there kind of in support of that guy. So had Charles lost his temper, he very well could have found himself getting jumped by three guys instead of just one. At any rate, not to focus on the negatives for too long here, I did create a video before talking about my crew is way harder than yours, and I'll link that in the card above. But in that video, basically, I talked about this idea that some powerlifters and some people in sport tend to have about being kind of tough guys, and they pride themselves on being being hard and being tough and being way tougher than you. And you can kind of see that attitude reflect itself in powerlifting meets, unfortunately in certain gyms. I have had the great displeasure of being in a few gyms in my area that kind of emulate that type of an attitude. And so what I found for myself is it's those type of people and that type of an attitude that I try very hard to disassociate myself with, because I feel like that kind of a mentality is an exclusive kind of a mentality. It carries with it kind of an air of superiority, and doesn't kind of promote the inclusivity for the sport that I believe is kind of so important. So guys like that, obviously, the guy's got a number of issues that kind of in the wake of that, it seems like will kind of get sorted out. So then doing some research for this, I went and looked at an article on the Montreal Gazette. And it states that Charles has gone ahead and will press charges against this individual. It also goes on to say that the head of operations, Craig Johnson, for BuzzFit Gym, they've suspended that individual from the gym as well as one of the employees who was kind of associated with the incident, potentially maybe one of those two guys that was standing there at the as the incident was taking place. I don't know that for sure though. So it's, I guess what I really, more than anything, I want to say that it's kind of all's well that ends well. You know, Charles kept his cool, you know, was able to take this video and turn it into the police. So hopefully there'll be some legal action to kind of follow for this individual's behavior. You know, this individual was banned from the gym, and then also you can see here that SSP Barbell, the owner of SSP Barbell, has also reached out to Charles and has offered him one year free membership at a better, more developed powerlifting gym. So Charles will have the opportunity to kind of move up in terms of facilities and be able to have access to a whole lot more equipment and a whole lot more amicable environment to do his training. And then I also do want to point out, toward the end of that article for the Montreal Gazette, Craig Johnson mentioned that he was, you know, attempting to reach Charles and wanted to offer him and his whole family lifetime free membership to BuzzFit. Although, if I were Charles, I can't say that I would be overly excited about accepting their offer, but, you know, free's free. Anyway, so yeah, guys, I guess I'll let that be a lesson to you. You know, as fun as it is to say, you know, if somebody came after me, I would do X, Y, or Z, or, you know, whatever. I guess really discretion is kind of the better part of valor, and keeping your cool and staying cool, calm, and collected, not lashing back, has really kind of won the day for Charles. And I think it serves as a pretty good example of how to you know, compose yourself under fire. So, you know, kudos to Charles for, you know, keeping his cool. I think that was really cool of him. And, you know, shame on that guy for losing his temper and kind of going after Charles the way that he did. That was uncalled for in any, you know, any stretch of the imagination. There's no room for that anywhere ever. Anyway, that's it. I kind of wanted to give an update and then follow through with kind of some of the fallout from what happened from this video. Some of you may have already be kind of very familiar with what took place, but might not know some of that extra information on kind of the backside of it. So I wanted to kind of tie it all together and just say kind of all's well that ends well. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. You know, let me know, guys. You know, what did you think about the video, and what did you think about what it was that you saw? And have you ever had anything like that happen to you? You know, somebody coming into your face or getting after you for specifically for sport related or weightlifting or whatever. I'd be curious about that. See kind of what kind of gym meatheads we have out there that are blowing their tops and losing their cool. Anyway, guys, that's it. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, train despite. Either find an excuse or you find a way. Thanks for checking out the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.